Let's talk about Shea Lacey then. Shea's been an outstanding figure in the under-21 side this season, carrying himself with composure and technical brilliance of a player that is far beyond his years. In just 8 matches, he's already racked up an impressive return of 5 goals and 7 assists. I'll say that again, because you didn't hear me the first time, did you? 8 matches, 5 goals, 7 assists. Now, it doesn't automatically translate into first team, but Christ, imagine if it did. And they're not just stat padding. They have been decisive. It was a match-winning assist in a 2-1 victory over Liverpool under-21s, a trademark strike against Manchester City under-21s. These are underlying the ability not just to deliver, but deliver high-pressure moments against the fiercest of United's rivals. And the performances are not going unnoticed. He has been rewarded with deeper integration into first-team training. It's symbolic, but it's also significant that the club is signalling there is growing faith within him. For the player, this represents more than just recognition of form. It is a reward for resilience. Last season, the 24-25 campaign has been a real frustrating one for him. There was a persistent hamstring injury, which limited him to only 10 youth appearances. And for a lot of young players, that much of a setback can completely derail momentum for them, shake confidence. But it looks like Shea Lacey has emerged stronger, fitter, and hungrier. Academy coaches have long praised the silky left foot, regularly likening him to a Phil Foden in the way that he plays the game. And much like Manchester City's player, Shea Lacey has the ability to glide past defenders. He's got that unbelievable sort of agility. There's an effortless balance to him. He manages to create space in tight areas and thread passes that others seemingly don't see. Those that have worked with him talk about a player that not only has flair, but tactical maturity to make the correct decisions consistently in the final third. Now, why do United need him now? This progression comes at a time that is crucial for United. The senior squad has been desperately short of attacking creativity and options, I think it would be fair to say. We have our first choice. I think we all agree that it's going to be Cunha and Mbeumo and Sesko in that forward lineup. But beyond that, it drops off quite quickly, I think, doesn't it? And there hasn't really been a emerging young star that could come on and maybe lift everyone's mood a little bit, get 10, 15 minutes here and there. Failure to qualify for European competition last year and the embarrassing Carabao Cup defeat to Grimsby earlier this year means that, 1, opportunities are going to be short, but 2, he needs some fresh solutions. Lacey's inclusion in training isn't, like I said, a symbolic gesture, but it might also be about pragmatism. The numbers are speaking volumes. Lacey's averaging 2.1 key passes per 90 at youth level while maintaining 85% pass accuracy. These are metrics that United are crying out for in the Premier League, where they often struggle to break down compact low-block defences. The recent defeat to City highlighted that once again. Long spells of sterile possession, very little incision. Amrim's philosophy revolves around fluid attacking patterns, intelligent rotations, and players that can create from half spaces. Lacey, at 18 years of age, fits that mould perfectly. From a financial perspective, his rise could not really come better. With the PSR, FFP, and banking reality that exists at Manchester United, the club has got to have a renewed emphasis on developing our own academy products rather than chasing big money transfers. Lacey, if given first team opportunities, could see his value at 10, 15, 20 million pound, comparative to some of his peers that have moved on from the likes of Liverpool, City, or even Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea managed to just sell anyone that's been in their academy for 30 million. Lacey's not less talented than any one of those players. Now, whether it comes to selling him for the pure profit that comes with it, or just strengthening the squad without dipping into the transfer market, if you nurture this player correctly, he could become a massively vital piece of a rebuild whilst embodying that club tradition of homegrown players and potentially seeing that record not get broken this season. I think one thing that's key to the current momentum behind Shea Lacey has been the ability to put those injuries behind him. That recurring injury that plagued last season was a serious concern. You miss 70% of the games in a season, people do start to worry about you. It also cost him a loan to a championship club that really could have accelerated the development for him. Some even question whether he had the physical durability to cope with the demands of playing professional football. But it seems like United's revamped medical department, we've got some new staff in from Bayern Munich, set about addressing that head on. Lacey was placed on a comprehensive rehabilitation program, strength and conditioning, plyometrics, carefully maintained load management. And the objective wasn't just to get him fit again, but to build resilience and prevent relapses. The results look like they've been promising. He's completed every under-21 match so far this season without issue. He looks like he's regained his sharpness. And more crucially, he looks like he's confident again. Now, his involvement in first-team training is the next phase of that process. Controlled environment to test how his body holds up against senior-level intensity. And for Lacey, every drill, every small-sided game, every tactical session is a lesson, but a proving ground as well. It's here where you're going to learn to adapt and learn to be a professional Premier League footballer, without the pressure of a competitive debut just yet. Now, the road ahead for Amorim, now's not a question of if Lacey will make his senior debut this season. I think it is a case of when. And you can probably look towards the back end of the season, certainly off the bench at some point. It'll probably happen. With injuries in the forward line to the likes of Cunha, the Christmas schedule, when it starts getting a little bit packed, because obviously we're pretty much in a very set one-game-a-week rhythm until that Christmas schedule. That might be the opportunity that you start to see him. There might be a gap there. The absence of the cup competitions probably strengthens his case a little bit, because the manager will need to rotate the squad in league games, probably. Giving a talented youngster minutes is a logical step up. Longer term, I do think that Shea Lacey has the attributes to become a first-team footballer at Manchester United. Whether that's someone that's going to play week in, week out, whether that means he hits world-class level, I don't know. But he's absolutely got the ability to be a first-team squad member. I know that. He can retain possession, he can create chances, and he is Manchester United through and through. You know, there's always been that special connection between United fans and academy graduates, from the Babes to the class of 92. If Lacey can carry on that current trajectory, he'll find himself in the first team without a shadow of a doubt. No, I think he could regularly be getting minutes off the bench, and that's what we want to see. Might need to start getting named on the bench first, and maybe it's just named without coming on a couple times. I think what sets him apart is the obvious talent, but there's clearly some strong mentality there. Overcoming that injury, coming back with renewed resilience, the patience that it's taken to get himself back fit. I think these are all massively positive signs. And in a season where positives have been really hard to find, Shea Lacey could emerge as a real glimpse of hope. So let's hope we can start to see him being named on the bench and his involvement in the first team gets solidified. Because if it does, there's a real player on our hands there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.